So here's something that I might be misinterpreting, but there's quite a bit of fighting on the landing board here. Now, see these guard bees being fairly aggressive with other bees, and that might be that they're just checking out their own bees, but they're in that defensive mode, I think, because they're getting robbed by one of the other hives where they're trying to do it. So the answer, if that is the case, is to put one of these entrance reducers in. So that just reduces the entrance down just to this much, and gives them a smaller area to defend, which helps them to defend it, and hopefully encourages any bees robbing from one of the neighbouring hives here to just give it up, to stop doing that. You do sometimes get a hive that's a bit robby, and sometimes you just have to move it right away. Yeah, here we go. Here's a real cluster of defensive fighting going on. It's fairly savage, really, and I really want to stop it because it's not good for either hive. The one being robbed is obviously bad, but the one trying to do the robbing is going to be losing bees from this kind of activity. So hopefully entrance reducers will nip it in the bud. But if it doesn't, I might have to work out which hive it is and move it right away. Here we go then. Entrance reducers on. So we put it on all three. You can see as we go down the line the level of confusion decreases. This was the first one I did, and they've settled within the course of about 20 minutes. Seem pretty happy with it. This one, they're backed up a little bit, but getting their act together. I just put that one in not 2 minutes ago, and they're a little bit confused, but they'll all follow suit. So yeah, that then condenses down the amount of area that the guard bees just inside the hive have to defend, and it should just put off any ideas of robbing anymore. I think one of the reasons, for the first time, we've had a very dry spring. It's been cool and for the most part dry, and while it looks lush and green up here, it's all been about the tree roots, and so you see all the white in the hedges is the hawthorn, and I think they might have got dry enough that even their roots aren't getting down to enough moisture for them to provide nectar, particularly the one with the biggest number of frames in here. This one's on about 9 frames. They're actually quite low on stored honey, and I think the issue there, when you actually have quite a big hive, it's a lot of mouths to feed, and so there's a bit of a sort of ratio trade-off with the size of the hive for being able to collect it when it's plentiful, but also when it's not plentiful, they're having to keep a lot of what they are getting in is having to go into keeping bees alive. And so I think they might be being a little bit encouraged to rob just because of a perceived shortage now. You see they're settling down as we watch. And we're forecast a little bit of rain for the weekend. Hopefully that'll help all sorts of things. It'll definitely help us for bees. I'd always prefer rain to be at night and during a weekday rather than at the weekend when I want to go out and play. But I will take any rain right now, because I think we are beginning to see the effects of it, and we would see it here at Carisbrooke first. It's very much the place that's most exposed to the conditions compared to gardens where people water and grow exotic plants which aren't quite as affected by seasonal variation. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting. I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.